Greetings and welcome to Pinball Help. Mike here. Work is continuing on this 1982 Gottlieb Haunted House, and as you can see, I'm in the back box here, and I've got another test. This time, we are replacing several of the boards in the game with this Pascal Janin all-in-one board. So let's go over what I've done here, and we're going to test this. So the Pascal Janin board is called the PI80-X4. And it can potentially replace almost all the boards, the main boards in the system. This is the MPU board, the original MPU board that was in the upper right, that's been replaced by that board. And then it also replaces the power driver board, which is this board right here, which would normally go right where the blue board is, the Pascal Janin board. So it's replacing these two boards, and it also replaces the power supply in the upper left corner. That is no longer being used. And it can replace the sound board too, which is in the lower left, except I don't have the daughter board that plugs in. It would plug in right here. There's a little section for a daughter board, and I guess when I ordered this I didn't get that version. So I've got the original sound card hooked in. So basically we're replacing 3 of the 4 boards with this. So let's fire it up and let's see what we got. I basically turned it on, and this is an interesting game because a mod, because this actually really does add a lot of extended functionality, whereas the swimmer boards are basically just modern copies of the original board set. The Pascal Janin is a complete redesign, and it's got a lot of extra features. So let's turn it on now. What I did is I basically just turned the game on and configured it for Haunted House and set a few settings. So we'll turn it on, and right away you'll notice the displays are now doing alphanumeric displays. It'll say the date and the model number and which game it is, Haunted House game 664. And then the game starts up and it goes into the attract mode like you would normally expect. What's also cool with this mod is it stores high scores, and you can enter people's initials in here. It'll store the top 5 high scores. You'll see it has H there. I screwed up when I got a high score, and I wasn't sure what buttons to push, and I hit the wrong button and ended it. But you can use it. I think you used the flipper buttons to select the letters and stuff like that. And there you have it. So that's pretty cool. I think it'll do million-point scores. It'll do more than just 6 digits. It's got a lot of neat features. It has, in addition to standard emulation for the game, it adds a ball save. It might even add a skill shot. And it has some additional animations. When you hit things, it blinks the lights and stuff like that. So it is the basic game, but it adds more. So let's fire it up and let's take a look at the gameplay here. So as you can see, this is the original sound card. Sounds just like the original game, except we bypassed the power supply and we're using the power supply on the Pascal Janin board. I don't see a skill shot lit, but you see down here the shoot again light will be blinking, so it does have a ball save. It's set at like 5 seconds. You can actually change it in the software. But if you see, I don't know if you can see right down here, you see this thing blinking? Watch what happens if once the ball comes into play, it'll start blinking. And so now I drop that, and it'll say second chance up there, and kick the ball into play, and it's still on the same ball, I believe. So that's a neat feature where you've got a ball save, which you didn't have before. Other than that, the game seems to play fine. And nope, it'll get stuck there. Let's sit it down a little bit. Oh, that was crappy. Try that again. Gotta might help if I put my hand on the filter. Sorry. There we go. So yeah, gameplay's great, and really a nice board to have if you've got damage to the boards. It's not cheap, you know. It's probably close to $500 for this board, but it replaces 3 or 4 boards in your game, so you can easily spend that much money. Now, if it's for, you know, not every System 80 game may always be worth it, you know. Depends on the value, how good a condition it's in. But there you have it. It plays quite nice, and so the Pascal Janin board, highly, highly recommended. The Swimmer board, MPU board, works great too, as you saw in the previous video. We do have some little glitch with the soundboard, but I bet it's just that particular soundboard because it may be a prototype. I'm going to inquire further, but game is playing quite nicely. So no complaints, and there you have it. 3 different board sets. If you can afford it, I would say the Pascal Janin one is the one to go because you're eliminating a lot of additional parts in the game. But the Swimmer boards are really, really cool too. They're hard to get because they're made in limited quantities, but if you can find them, they do work really, really well. See, there's the Pascal Janin board. And it eliminates a lot of the interconnects between other boards, so it definitely makes the whole game more reliable. I've used these in multiple Gottlieb games, and it's my go-to thing to make a game really bulletproof. And so there you have it. For more, visit PinballHelp.com and catch me on Twitter and Instagram and all that. And until next time, thanks for watching.